Legend of Total War here, and today we're doing another Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires campaign review, this time covering Thorgrim Grudgebearer. So not a whole lot has changed for the dwarves since Warhammer 2, still got the same start position, but the most notable change being that Grimgor Ironhide, your primary enemy from Warhammer 1 and 2, has packed up from the Black Crag and moved over to the Darklands over here, so you're not really going to be encountering him, at least in the early stage of the campaign. Now, Skaven have taken this position instead, but this Skaven faction here is relatively passive, at least compared to what Grimgor Ironhide was like, and so is nowhere near as much of a threat. The other major threat that you would normally face in Warhammer 2 was Wurzag, who still is a threat, but takes a little while to make his way over here. But once he's encountered you and declared war on you, he will send armies at you. But you've got a bit of time to sort your other areas out before that happens. Your first primary enemy is probably going to be Skarsnik over here. You're both at war with the Bloody Spears, which means that these guys here get eliminated way easier than they did previously in Warhammer 2. So you take these guys out, then you meet up with Skarsnik and basically duke it out. Then once you've done that, you will encounter Tretch Craventail, so that could be a bit of an early game problem. But once you've secured one or two provinces, the dwarves are usually pretty much okay, especially if you manage to wall up your regions. Although now you can't actually build walls in minor settlements, so that actually could be a way that Warhammer 3 is a little bit more challenging for the dwarves than previously, but they're still pretty good at holding on to minor settlement defenses as long as you build up your defenses. So overall, I would say that Thorgrim's campaign is a little bit easier than it was in Warhammer 2, mainly due to just Warhammer 3 being easier than the previous game. The AI just doesn't have as many cheats as it previously did and isn't quite as aggressive, and in many ways is actually a lot stupider. Now, is the campaign actually more fun than in Warhammer 2? That's very subjective. I personally enjoy the dwarves more in Warhammer 3, but not by like a huge degree. So I'd say that Thorgrim's campaign is pretty sort of standard for a dwarf campaign in terms of enjoyment. I definitely enjoy it on legendary difficulty, but it's not one of my favorite campaigns. Neither is it a campaign that I would say avoid. So this really comes down to a personal choice. If you're somebody that likes the dwarf playstyle of having pretty much nothing but infantry and using defensive positions and that kind of stuff, artillery-based armies, or running around with slayers, then you'll probably enjoy Thorgrim's campaign because there's really nothing wrong with it. It's just a sort of standard campaign. The big thing here is that it lacks a lot of like distinction compared to like what some of the other new races can do, like in terms of faction mechanics. This is a pretty vanilla sort of campaign. So this could be a really good starting campaign for somebody who's new to Total War Warhammer 3 and looking to learn the mechanics. Play this campaign on easy or normal difficulty. It's a good way to sort of learn the mechanics. It's a very easy faction to use, but I think the skill ceiling for dwarves is relatively low. So overall, I definitely recommend this, but if you're looking for like a really good challenge or something that gives you a lot of action in every single turn, the dwarves are really not the best choice for that. So overall, it's sort of like a medium sort of recommendation. In terms of difficulty, just pick whatever you're comfortable with. There's really no wrong answer with that, and I don't think they really have a sweet spot. Everywhere from easy difficulty to legendary difficulty just depends on you. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Thorgrim. Let me know which legendary lord you'd like me to cover next. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.